Hey y'all, what up? It's your girl Lark, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. I noticed I haven't been saying like the little intros that people will be doing because I'd be so pressed to get my message out and get the video as short as possible. But if you haven't before, please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you end up liking it. Help get my message across. But that's that for that. You know, I don't like having all those long intros because I'm the type of YouTuber or the type of person who on YouTube, like when I watch a video, I want the person to get straight to the message so I can get my information and skedaddle. And I'm sure y'all are no different. So I like to keep it nice and short, no intro video, no outro video, like just get straight to the message. So today I wanted to switch things around. And I'm kind of giving advice, but not really like my other videos. I actually kind of just wanted to talk. And from the title of the video, you can already tell that we're talking about how to handle like rejection from medical schools and kind of just like how to handle like the waiting game and just waiting to see like if you're good enough or not. And like, I feel like not a lot of people talk about that, because, there's a lot of shame when you don't get in because, there are people around you who are getting in and you're not getting in. So like, you don't want to be the person out there like, oh yeah, like, I'm the only one that didn't get in, but congrats to y'all. Because it sucks. Like, point blank period, it sucks. And I think that more people should talk about it. So that's why I want to talk about it today. So, a lot of times you'll see that people are like starting to get interviews, even around this time now, definitely around this time now, people have gotten either an interview or they've gotten an acceptance. And you yourself, or maybe a friend or two, might be sitting there, haven't heard not a peep. You sent your pre-interview invite update, you sent your letter of intent, you may not have sent nothing, and you're just like, what's going on? And your grades may be there, your MCAT may be there, it might not be there, and you're still sitting there waiting and wondering why you haven't heard anything back, but everybody and their mother has. I literally can't put any input into that. I have no clue what the process is. I don't know how they choose who to interview and like what process or cycle they pull out names to look at interviews, but all I can say is that it's normal. Like, you're literally not the only one, and that it's okay to feel bad about it. It's okay to be like, well, why not me? Like, my grades are good, how come I'm not getting an interview? My MCAT is good, how come I'm not getting an interview? And like, I know you shouldn't complain because at the end of the day, everyone who's gotten one has worked hard for it too, but we shouldn't make it seem so taboo and so bad to like express your frustration, express your anger. Like, it's okay to be upset that you haven't heard anything. It's okay to be upset that you think that your application is outstanding and yet you haven't heard anything back. Like, why should I feel bad that I'm upset? I'm not saying that I'm taking away from you and your application. I'm not saying that I'm upset that you got an interview invite or you got an acceptance. I am ecstatic for you. But simultaneously, I can also be upset for myself and frustrated for myself. And I think more people should feel free to express that. And we should talk about that more and talk more about our losses and our successes. If you're on SDN, I try not to get on that site. That site, I don't want to say it's toxic, but for someone who's in this position that I'm talking about or who hasn't heard anything, it can become like really toxic and depressing, really, because everybody and their mother is like, interview invite, acceptance. You're just like, dang, yo, I haven't even gotten the email that my application is complete. Like, so try not to be on those sites if you can. You can get good information on them, but don't stalk them. And I know it's easier said than done. However, you'll be in a much better mindset if you're not refreshing your page every day to see who else has gotten something that you haven't gotten. Because what does that do for you? Nothing. It just tells you that your counterpart has, moved up to level 2 and you're still stuck on level 1. That does nothing for you. So, try and stay off those things. But, feel free to express your anguish. Feel free to express your disappointment. Like, I'm disappointed. This is my second cycle. I've heard a little bit back, so I'm not gonna say I haven't heard nothing, but I haven't got a definite interview or anything yet, but I've moved up, in a sense, for certain schools, so I'm getting there, definitely better than cycle 1, but, I haven't gotten a definite interview or a definite acceptance, and I'm sad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that my application is amazing. Like, my MCAT is definitely not amazing. And I've definitely taken it multiple times. My GPA isn't, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing. Like, it's above a 3.0, but it's not like it's 3.9, 3.8, like most schools are asking for. Which is another thing. Like, never mind, let me not say that. At the end of the day, schools have the right to, aim for what they're aiming for. However, I personally don't feel like there's a correlation. I don't think that I shouldn't get accepted because I don't have a 3.9 and a 512, and so can. Not that I'm taking away from so and so, but I could be just as amazing as the doctor, if not better. You just don't want to take a chance on me because you're scared I may possibly not handle the boards, or I may possibly not be able to handle the rigor, or the rigor. And I'm not saying there's not a correlation there. I'm sure there's like a slight correlation, but I don't think it's definite. Like someone who has below a 505 is gonna struggle, or someone who has below a 3.5 is gonna struggle. You don't know what someone's circumstances were in undergrad that caused them to have that. And the MCAT is a tricky ass exam. Like even the smartest people can tell you. People who are doctors now are literally. I've spoken to a doctor, and I was telling her how I was struggling with MCAT. I think she was my gynecologist, or no, she was just a doctor. I don't know, but she was like, "Girl, don't worry about that." She was like, "My MCAT score was trash, but I got into one of like the top schools or whatever, and like, look at me now. Like, don't worry about that." So I'm saying all this to say, like, it's okay, be frustrated, be, upset, be whatever, but don't let that stop you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel like you're inferior to another applicant just because your stats don't match up to them. Because at the end of the day, someone will take a chance on you. If that means like where you're standing now, or if that means you're gonna have to go back and do a post-bac or an SMP or a master's, or if that means you're gonna have to take the MCAT 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Whatever you gotta do to improve yourself, do it. Because if this is really the job you want to do, you're literally gonna have to do whatever you gotta do to get it, or you're gonna be willing to do whatever you gotta do in order to attain that. Having said that, like I said, express yourself. If that means talking to a peer, talking to your family, talking to your friends, express that. Express your anguish, express your sadness, your disappointment, guilt, whatever you're feeling, because that's part of the process. Don't pretend like you're okay, because you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no single way to handle rejection. There's no single way to handle not hearing anything and wondering, am I rejected? Do they like me? Do they not? But I think the first step is acknowledging your feelings, understanding your feelings, talking about those feelings, and then figuring out what to do with those feelings, i.e., taking a post-bac, retaking the MCAT, or just sitting and waiting and just playing it cool, like, okay, no, I know my stats are good, like, let me just wait. And, don't think that, you deserve it. I mean, I'm not saying, like, you worked hard, we all worked hard, but again, we all worked hard. We've all put in the work. We've all taken all the prereqs. We've all taken the MCAT. We've all done extracurricular activities. Like, those don't set you that much apart. Like, I can pretty strongly say that most of us have been medical scribes. Most of us have shadowed. A lot of us have been EMTs. A lot of us have been medical assistants, have a phlebotomy license, some type of license, what I'm saying. So your activities are only so much. Like, I know a lot of applicants, even myself, I was naive. I was like, oh, well, my GPA is all right, my MCAT scores and, but like my activities are awesome and I explain them really well. My personal statement's really good. So, I mean, that should be enough to get me in. No, boo. Like, and I say that's not important, but sis, it definitely takes a lot more than that. And that's what helped me really understand my rejections and understand why I'm still like in the waiting pool, because your activities are not enough. Your personal statement is not enough. At the end of the day, they still need to grasp that you can handle the rigor, i.e. your MCAT score and your GPA. I'm not saying that that's all. I'm not saying that they don't definitely take a chance on some people just based on activities and personal statement, but boo, that's not everything. So if that's all you got going for yourself, that's probably why you got rejected, or that's probably why you're waiting, and you need to reevaluate. Really, really, really sit there and reevaluate your application. Like, that's one of the best ways to go about rejection, is reevaluate your application. Don't sit there and think, oh, well, I'm this and I'm that, so I don't really understand. There's nothing I need to fix. If you was this and that, you would have got in. So there's definitely something you need to fix. Understand criticism, take criticism, appreciate it, and use that to your advantage and make yourself better. The first time I applied to medical school, I swore up and down. I didn't care what my MCAT score was. I was not retaking the MCAT. I was not putting myself, my mind, my body through that again. Guess who took it for the third time? And guess what? I'm probably gonna take it a fourth time. It improved, but it definitely wasn't where I wanted it to be. Like, I was aiming for a 5.10, 5, you know what I'm saying? So I really had to sit there and reevaluate my application. I looked at my personal statement from my first application cycle. I wouldn't say it was trash, but I definitely wasn't getting to the point. Like, I didn't really explain why medicine and why I would be a good doctor. So I had to revamp my entire application. I looked at how I explained my extracurricular activities. Sis, I could not believe, honestly, I can't believe I applied to medical school the first time I did it. Like, when I look back at my entire application, it was so bad. I'm honestly ashamed of it. I wasted an MCAT exam and I wasted time and money. However, I learned from it. I grew. I took that criticism. I took that rejection, and I took my anger, my frustration, and I did better. I studied my butt off, retook the MCAT, revamped my personal statement, revamped my activities, took on more activities, and yeah, and now we is where we is. So, you know, this wasn't really a normal video where I'm giving you tips like, hey guys, this is just like a vent session to just talk about how it sucks to wait, how it sucks to be rejected, but you know, just look at the end of the rainbow. Like, you're gonna get in. If you want to be a doctor, you're gonna get in. You just need to make some adjustments sometimes, or sometimes you just need to wait. But all I'm saying is I want to get across that, like, don't be ashamed to feel ashamed. Don't be ashamed to feel upset or frustrated, anger. Feel that and use that. Be better, do better, and get into that schoolgirl or boy and be that doctor, because we need you. This world, this country, we need you. So please don't give up, and please don't let your emotions get the best of you. I hope this was, I wouldn't say helpful, but I guess I hope this helped you get your, you know, understand your feelings, and even you yelling back at the screen at me and be like, yeah, like, this sucks. Like, I hope you were able to get that out. And then I hope after this video, you click on your application, see what needs to be done or what doesn't need to be done, and do better. Because if it's not this cycle, it needs to be the next cycle for you. Don't let this be a repeat. I mean, it's okay, but like, try and minimize as many times as you apply, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys again for watching per usual. I'm starting to see some comments. I'm really, really happy that I'm reaching out to people and touching people. So please, please, please don't be afraid to comment. Like, let me know your thoughts and feelings about the cycle or anything I'm talking about in particular for my video, or what you want to hear about. Because this channel is going to be real, okay? Like, no sugarcoating. I am non-traditional, and your girl's still struggling. 2 years out of college, still trying to get into medical school. And I know people have worked harder, but hey, it is what it is. And please subscribe, please like. I really, really want to, you know, get my message out to more people, because there's really not that many channels where people are keeping it real, or people who have low stats or who struggle to get in. I mean, there are, but like, I mean, I'm struggling. Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of the minority. So, yeah, please like, please subscribe, and please let me know how you feel and think. And I cannot wait to see you guys for my next video. Thanks. Bye.